All right, we'll give it another minute and then we'll get started, you guys. All right, let's get started. We'll get started, you guys. All right, so want to start off. Hopefully, you guys are all warmed up. We're gonna get going. All right. So what we're gonna work on is we're gonna work on double side kick movement real quick. Okay. So what we're gonna do is, right, you're just gonna practice kicking just to the side. So from as you're facing the screen, right, you're just gonna lift one leg. We're just gonna practice this movement right here. You're not pivoting at all, right? In essence, what it is this is a half pivot. Okay? So all we're doing is just kicking right at knee level, just like this. Okay, if you notice what my knee is doing, okay, right, my knee is up, it comes down, it comes right back up in the same angle, the same line. Here, here, here. I don't move my bottom leg at all, okay? So here, right, this is what I want you to work on, just like this. Make sure you pull your knee back up. So here, just because we're kicking low doesn't mean we keep our knee low. We got to bring our knee back up. So 1, 2. All right, ready? Go ahead and practice on those. Okay, go. Extend and pull it back, right? No pivot, right? This is your half pivot basically. So when you come up off the back leg, you're at half pivot here, right? That's all we're doing. Okay, once again, you got to have balance, right? There's no reason for you guys to be losing your balance here, right? If we're kicking low, you're not kicking hard, right? Here, here. Okay, make sure your knee comes in the same angle, up and down, up and down. Miss Sabina, you need to be facing the camera, please. Face the camera like me and just kick to the side. See, there's no reason for us. We're kicking low. There's no reason for us to be losing our balance. Okay? If you have a hard time, see, right now, Lydia, all you're doing is you're not moving your knee. All you're doing is just straightening out your leg like this. It looks like a roundhouse kick, right? I'm going down. I'm coming up. I'm going down. I'm coming up. Balance, balance. You have to look at your leg and make sure it comes, as it goes down, it's got to come back up the same way. So as I look at my leg, it's got to come down, it's got to come right back up the same way. No, Dave saying your knee is not coming up the same way as it goes out. This is why you have a hard time with that double side kick. Yeah, see? Right there, you do something weird at the very top. I don't know what you're doing, but you're doing something really weird at the top. Right? It should look just like this. It should look like this when you go down. 1 Should be look just like the same way as you started. Use the screen on the camera, on your camera, right? Look at your screen as you're doing it, and make sure that it's coming up the exact same way. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. There you go. Yeah, but you got to do that consistently, right? You got to create that habit. Okay, keep going. This is important for black belts, right? If you can't do this movement, you can't do your double side kick very well. All right. Remember my blue belts and up, right? This is for your basic double side kick movement for like in class. So we're doing the same thing, right? Lift it up, bring it down, bring it back up. Bring it down, bring it back up. Same angle, same line. So if I were to draw a diagonal line from your knee down to your target, your knee, you know, bring it up, it should go in a straight line. Miss Lydia, you're still bending your heel, right? You're still doing this. All right? You have to lift your knee, push down, lift your knee back up to the same spot, push down. Right? The other thing, I see a lot of loosey-goosey feet. Right? I don't see that heel pushing down, right, from a side view. Right? I want my heel to be this way, not this. Right? Not this. Lift your toes. Push down with the heel. Much better. Much better. Okay, it's hard, right? It's hard to do this and keep the leg up. And with balance and not falling over, right? Without putting that leg down. Doing like 10, 20 of these without stopping. Right? Without making mistakes. Without putting them down. But that's how we get stronger. We have to get stronger in our hip flexors. Right? If you can, try to look at your own screen, right? Kind of see the line that your foot is moving. Very important. Right? Straight. Bring it back the same direction. Everything's got to travel in that same line. That same line. All right? Upper body shouldn't move. All right, no tilting and no leaning. Because if you start to move this, then guess what? You fall over. All right? The more you move upper body, the more prone to falling over and losing your balance you get. So keep that upper body controlled. Just use your leg. Once again, we're not kicking hard. We're just doing the motions, the mechanics. Don't try to rush down and slam that foot down. Okay? So now that we've got used to this, now go to the back. Put it in the back. Come up and then come down. Once again, get to the half pivot. Right? So from a side view, right now, my toes are pointed toward the direction I'm going to kick. So I want my foot to turn sideways here. And then I want to do this motion here. Okay? So from here, 1, balance, 2. Look down at the foot that you're standing on. Okay? Make sure that it's straight. So I want you to do this not facing. What I want you to do is I want you to put your back toward the screen so that when you turn, you're looking at the screen. And then you kick down like this. Okay? And then when you do the other side, you just got to switch to the other leg. 1, like this. and 2. Because I want to be able to see your knee move, and I want to be able to see your pivot. Mr. Bina, you're going to have to step back a little closer to the door, please, so I can see your feet. Yep, right there. I can see you there. Yep, right there. You're good. No, come off your back leg, right? So from here, yeah, come off the back leg. Bring it up. Yep, that's all I want. That's all you're working on right now. Once again, don't worry about thrusting and kicking hard. We just want motion. It's too high, Mr. Dason. That's why you're having problems. A little bit too high. There you go. That's better. It looks like you're over pivoting a little bit. Right? I want the toes pointed straight toward your camera. Right? Towards your monitor, whatever you're looking at, your phone. Right? I want my toes straight. I don't want them turned to the side at all. We have to get these mechanics right in order to execute the kick correctly. Right? You have to make sure that you're showing that knee pushing into the knee, pushing down toward the knee, and then coming right back up in the same plane, in the same line that it went down. When it straightened out, we want to bring it back up in that same diagonal line. So as I look at you straight ahead, right, you should have 2 diagonal lines like this when you kick. And then you want it to come back the same line. We don't want it to come like this or come like this, right? Straight lines. Keep those hands up too, right? Anytime we kick, right, we chamber into the body. Make sure that your head is turned sideways, right here, looking over your shoulder. Right, you want to look over your shoulder, not in front of the shoulder. We don't want to be like this. We want to be like this. All right, so now, okay, let's go back to looking straight ahead. Right now, from here, we're going to go down. When we pull it back in, you're going to pivot now. And then you're going to push out. Don't worry about kicking high, okay? We want to get the mechanics down. So what we're doing here is here, half pivot here. When we push, out. Make sure your knee goes completely straight, okay? So what I want to see is a knee level kick and then a waist level or chest level kick coming straight out, okay? So you're a half pivot here, pull it in, push, and full pivot, and then pull it back in, okay? Just kick off from the side. So right from here, we're not starting from the back leg. I want you to start right in front like this. Just go here. 1, 2. That motion. Yep. Once again, don't worry about snapping out. All you want to do is extend. Pull it back and down. Mechanics. Pull in, bring it in, push out, bring it back. Okay? Let's go ahead. Let me see. I'm watching. Make sure you keep your hands up here, right? Inside the body. I want to see that basically when you extend that higher side kick, we need to get that full pivot. Okay? Just do it off the front leg. So like this. Right? Lift. And then 2. Oh, I'm sorry. We got to do the low one first. So 1. Come back. And then 2. Okay, see, this is what you're doing, Katie. You go here, but then you're coming way back here. Okay, watch. All right? See, I lift. 1, 2. You see? You see how I bring it back to where I started? That's what I want. Okay, so here, I bring it back to where I started. And then from here, I'm going to pivot and then push out. Okay, go ahead. Let's go. Keep working. It's pretty good, Miss Angelina. Toes are still pointed up, Miss Sabina. There you go, Miss Maya. Not too bad. Not too bad. Of course, that's your dominant leg. I know it's your dominant leg because that left leg I've seen. Let me see that left leg. Yeah, Let me see that left leg. Yeah, don't be denying. Come on, I'm watching right now. I'm standing right there. Let me see that left. Okay, not bad. You're falling forward a little bit, yeah, but it's okay. Remember that 7 shape, right? There you go, Jason. All right. Try not to make sure on that high one when you bring it back, right? Don't manipulate that knee. You're still kind of manipulating it a little bit. You're doing that little weird thing at the very end, so your knee kind of moves. Yeah, see what happens is when you extend out, your knee kind of drops. We don't want it to drop. Hey, do me a favor, Mr. Dason. I want you to turn so that you're like this to the camera. Yep. So scoot back, yeah. And now do your double side kick motion with the front leg. Yeah, off the front leg. So 1. Okay, now do it this way. Okay? So from when you do this, instead of keeping your leg here, I want it here. I want your heel out in front of your leg instead of at your leg. See, right now, you're doing it like this. Okay? I want it here. Push here. Okay? Let me see. No, facing me, facing me. Yeah, you're good right there. You just need to scoot back and then just kick toward the screen. Okay, better. All right. See, that doesn't force your knee down when you bring that knee, when you bring your heel forward a little bit. Okay. Oh, that's pretty good, Miss Maya. Come on, Mr. Swell, just keep your hands up when you throw that side kick, sir. All right, your feet are flopping down, right? Because you're not lifting your toes. All right, that's not good, right? We got to lift our toes. We got to lift our toes. Let's go, Sabina. Too much chat. Keep going. Okay, so you have to realize when you do that second side kick, the high side kick, right? You're fully pivoted right now, right? When you kick, don't pivot back, right? Don't do this because you're going to lose your balance. Okay, I want you to be fully pivoted, right? Here, kick, here. Then you'll pivot into your knife hand strike. Okay, so you're going to do your double side, pivot into the knife hand. So once you land, pivot. Knife hand strike punch, right? Okay, let's try it. Right, you can do it either way, right? If you need to start, just start by kicking, you know, like we have been this way, 1, 2, and then pivot this way. That's okay, right? And then eventually try to get here, lift, 1, 2, pivot. Your hips are going to get tired from this exercise. Okay? And the reason for this is if your hips get tired, right, you're getting stronger. I'll tell you this right now. If your hips are tired right now, because we've only been doing this for about maybe 15 minutes, right? Right? You're weak. You need to be stronger, right? This shouldn't make you very tired at all right now. All right, maybe for Mr. Swoll just because he's young. All right, but for the rest of you, right, we should be able to, this shouldn't be bothering our hips at all. We're not kicking high, right? Knee level, waist level or chest level, that's it. Half pivot, full pivot, right? And then re-pivot out into your front stance, knife hand strike. Once again, don't lean, right? Don't lean your body. You start to lean, then you lose your balance. Half pivot, full pivot. There you go, Miss Lydia. You're getting it. Ah, Mr. Oliver, you're getting a little sloppy with that first side kick. It's so low. Right? It's got to be more out in front of you. Knee height. Yeah, 1, 2. See, it makes it harder to lift though, right? The further out you go with this, it's harder to get that second kick up because we're not strong in our hip flexor. This is help get our hip flexor stronger. Keep going. Now, for some of you, if this half pivot, full pivot motion is too hard for you, then you pivot all the way on that first kick, right? Pivot all the way, 1, and then you stay there for the second, okay? The problem with that, though, is you don't have as much power in the second kick. You guys have to remember double side kick, right? The emphasis is the second kick, not the first kick. The first kick is a fake, right? If we're fighting and you do a double side kick at me, you kick low. What do my hands do? They drop, right? That's what we're doing. We're throwing a fake, trying to get my opponent to think, oh, I'm going to drop my hands. And then right away, you trick them, you go low, and then you go right high into the face region or the chest region because they drop their hands. So it's a fake and then a strike. So the emphasis is always on that second kick. Right? So the second kick should definitely be stronger than the first. First one is just out there. You have to still make the motion. Right? You can't just, right? I see a lot of people when they do a double side kick, it looks like this. You don't even see that first kick. Right? You have to motion. You have to push it out. and then get that second kick out. Keep going, about 5 more minutes. You got to pull in though, right? To get that strong second kick, you got to still pull that knee back, right? Back into the chamber. Right? When you bring your knee up and get ready to kick, that's what we call a chamber. Right? Youngsters, this is a chamber, a leg chamber right here. So you have to have a good chamber to get that kick out properly. If our chamber is weak, right? If our chamber's like this, then guess what? Our kick's going to be pretty weak. So we want to make sure you have a good chamber. All right, keep going. Now try to turn at the same time. So when you get ready to kick on that second one, together. Okay, because this is what you're doing, Katie. You go here, and then you go here, and then you kick. Try to do it together. That's the hard part. 1, 1. Now you got to turn. All right, it takes practice. It's okay. All right. All right. But if you get this now, by the time you're Sabina's age, right? Natalie's age, Miss Maya's age, right? You're going to be kicking better than them. Okay? All right. Let's go. A few more minutes. Come on, Mr. Isaiah. See, again, your knee is not coming back the same way. No, you're not chambering. Mr. Isaiah, remember we talked about this. Look at your knee. You do the first kick, and then your knee goes like this. Right? Here. Here. I got to do this. Here. I got to pull it up the same way. No. Look at your knee. That's better. Okay, that's better. But you got to do it. You got to keep working on that, right? Your knee doesn't come up the same. And if this is hard, that's fine. I understand that. When you guys practice outside of class, right? Grab a chair, grab something that you can use for balance, right? And then you can practice. Practice without balance. Okay? But right now I'm trying to get you to have better balance. You okay, Mr. Davidson? You look like you're hobbling a little bit. I take that as, yes, I'm good. Okay. Come on, Mr. Slowjace, you got to turn your body. Your hands are down, right? Where are your hands supposed to be when you kick? Hands should be up, right? Anytime you kick. Remember, black belts, get your landing down. Right? You're going to pivot on that foot that you're standing on, right? When you're all the way up, snap into your stance. All right, take a quick break. Get some water if you need it. Miss Natalie, Isaiah Bowden says 2 of the ducklings died, or 3, something like that. 2 or 3 ducklings died because of you. It's your fault. So you're a duckling killer. Yeah, you killed 2 of the ducklings. That's what they said. Duckling killer. Natalie's a duckling killer. All right, let's go. So next exercise, let's work on some front kicks. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. For those of you who don't have the proper foot position, all right, from a side view, back heel's gonna be up off the ground, all right? Kind of like you're tippy-toeing, right? So front foot is flat, back foot is up on the toes. Your foot stays right there. You're just going to work on picking up the knee. This motion right here. All right, keep your foot straight like this. 1 and down. 1 and down. Don't pivot. Okay, right now, all I want you to do, okay, as you're looking at me, boom, here. You see, my front foot does not move, the one I'm standing on. Just stay straight. All I'm doing is bringing my knee up. 1, 2, 1, 2. Making sure that my heel and my ankle, right, and my toes stay just like this, just like I'm tippy-toeing. When I lift it up, okay, you guys see my toes, right? You see how they're pointed? That's what we want. When you bring it up, this is what it should look like. Not this. Not with the toes pointed down. So like I said, stay here. Pick that back heel up. Just lift. Okay, go. Lift your toes. All right, like this. Yeah. There you go. All right, keep going. Be careful as you lift, right? Make sure you're lifting toward the front, please, toward the camera so I can kind of see, right? Some of you guys, you're lifting like this. You're kind of picking your knee up and then your heel kind of turns like this. Don't do that, right? Knee straight up. Make sure the heel is directly underneath the knee. Here, okay? Here, straight up, here. Keep the heel up off the ground as you bring it down. Here, touch, off the ground. Okay, Mr. Swodges, we're not moving up and down the floor. You're just staying in place, sir. All right, just like me. Lift and down. Lift and down. Lift and down. Okay? See Katie and Isaiah behind me? All right, do it the way they're doing it, Mr. Swodges. Right? I'm trying to get your hip flexors stronger. That's why we keep doing just this motion here. Right? I know you're tired, right? We did the side kick and we worked on this lift. Right? I know your hip flexors tired, right? We got to keep going. We got to get it stronger. All right? And those of you who are extremely limber, right? Then you start working on here, bringing it up a little bit higher. When you do that though, right? You have to make sure that you pivot. I want you to turn that bottom foot 90 degrees. So now as you're kicking or as you're lifting your knee toward the screen, you're going to make sure that your toes turn. Okay? That's going to force your knee up a little bit higher. Mr. Swodges, you're not going to pivot. You're just going to keep your foot straight. Your toes should be pointed towards your camera, your screen. Both toes. And then when I lift, just like this. lift, just like this. Lift, just like this. Okay? Everyone else, we should be doing a little bit of a pivot on that front kick. All right? Turn that bottom foot halfway. Right? Should help to get that knee up a little bit higher. Remember when you're pivoting, right? You're pivoting up, you have to push up onto the ball of your feet, like you're tippy-toeing, right? That's what helps you with your pivot. Don't pivot with a flat foot. Don't pivot on your heel. Pivot on your toes, right? You guys know what the ball of the foot is, right? Right? It's the part right underneath your big toe, okay? Right underneath the big toe. That's what we're using to pivot. Keep going. That's nice, Miss Angelina. It's good. All right, good, Miss Maya. There you go. Your foot position's a little bit off, Miss Sabina, but that's better. Yeah, good. There you go, Mr. Jason. A little bit more pivot if you can. Pivot to the 90 degree. There you go. Okay, so now work on the extension of the front kick. So now, once the knee's up, extend it out, right? If you look at my ankle, look at my foot position, right? You see? It's not this. It's not this. Okay? It's this, right? Like I'm tippy-toeing. All I'm doing once I bring my knee up is straightening my knee. That's all I'm doing, right? So work on that extension. You don't need to kick as high as you can. Just extend. 1, 2. Pull it back. Okay? There you go, Miss Lydia. Once you extend and you retract the kick, right? Once you kick and you come back, keep your knee up. Don't kick and drop. For red belts and up, I want you to kick off the front leg. Get into a tiger stance and throw your front kick. Everyone else, kick off your back leg. Green belts, blue belts, senior blue belts. You guys are kicking off your back leg. Everyone else should be kicking off their front leg from that tiger stance position. So you're partially pivoted, right? On the tiger stance, back foot is pivoted already a little bit. So you have to pivot all the way to the 90 as you extend up to maximize your power. The pivot gets your hip to snap. All right, gives you more strength in your kick. Remember, after your kick, land it down into a front stance, right? And you have to repivot into the front stance position. Once again, you don't need to kick hard. You don't need to kick really, really high at all right now, right? We're just working the mechanics. Just make sure that your knee does not drop when you pull back, right? From here, you kick off the front leg, boom, boom. Then place it down, 2, right? Whatever you're doing. Some of you guys are doing this with your head when you kick. All right? It looks like you got something in your neck. Don't move your head. All right? The only thing that should be moving is your leg. That's it. Nothing else. Come on, Mr. Isaiah Bowden. Get off the chat. I'm going to shut that chat off next class so you guys can't chat anymore. Let's go. Off the front leg. Tiger stance, right? There you go, Miss Katie. But then when you land, you remember I told you, you're here when you kick. You have to repivot, right? Because you can't just hear. Is that proper stance? No, right? So kick. Boom. And then repivot. Yeah, just like that. Good. All right. See, Miss Katie listens. Listening is very important, you guys. Those of you on Zoom, all right? You got to listen. Use your listening ears. Need all you guys to go back to grade school again. Go back to elementary school. Learn how to listen, right? Let's go. Keep going. Remember, Bowden's, right? You're halfway pivoted. When you kick, you have to fully pivot to 90. And then when you place it down, you have to repivot back. All right, so now black belts. Black belts, we're going to work on that beginning movement. Double knife hand, double side kick, knife hand punch, inner block, outside in block movement. You're going to work on that for just a little bit, please. Right? Mr. Slogis, you're going to work on here. Front kick, punch, side kick, double knife hand in your Poomsae. Miss Angelina, you're going to work, and Miss Katie, you guys are going to work on front steps, rising block, side kick, pivot into the elbow strike on Ojang. Okay? Let's go. Work on those side kicks a little bit. Go. You don't need to kick strong, just motion. Do the motion of the kick. Okay? Come on, Mr. Slogis. I need to see better side kicks, sir. Right? We've spent almost a half an hour working on side kicks. Right? It needs to look better than that. Come on. I said, black belts, you don't have to work on the whole transition where you have to turn. If you just want to work the one side to here and then just do the other side, that's fine too. Do it in different ways. Do it sideways to the camera. Do it facing the camera. That way you can kind of see yourself, right? Use the technology to your benefit. All right, you guys have all this neat technology for you guys to train with. All right. I didn't have this kind of technology. Right? The only thing I had was, carvings in the cave walls. Right? The dinosaurs are walking around doing koryo, right? So, you guys have all this technology to you. Utilize it. Right? Have mom or dad record you doing this stuff. Right? Or put your phone on a tripod and hit record. Put your tab on a area and then go stand and practice and record a little bit. Right? You guys seem to like yourselves on camera all the time. So you might as well be productive with it. Wow, Miss Maya, look at what happens when you get that 7 shape on that side kick position. You don't fall over anymore. All right? You can give Natalie a run for her. Oh, no, never mind. You guys are in different divisions. Never mind. If Natalie was still younger, then you'd give her a run for her money on that. It's pretty good. All right? Mr. Isaiah getting lazy on that double side kick. Once again, the knee has to come in the same line. Same line. Low line, high line. Same. All right? I know it's hard. You got all of 3 of you guys trying to do the same thing all at once in a small amount of space. I understand that. All right, so now you know what you need to work on, and then you guys each take turns with that iPad, right? You record yourself doing it, and you look at it and you go, ooh, all right? Watch yourself doing this stuff. Record yourself. Everyone's camera right now has a record function, so record. It doesn't look like you're pivoting, Miss Angelina. All right, doesn't look like you're pivoting all the way. All right, it looks like you're only pivoting halfway. All right, you're like this, halfway. All right, I want you all the way. Bottom foot. It's better. You're almost there. All right. All right, senior red belts and up. Right now, we're gonna work on that front kick movement. So, and take a parichung, the tiger stance, double knife hand guarding block, lead leg front kick, punch, side palm. Same thing other side, right? That's what you're gonna work on. Working on that chamber, right? Foot position, ankle straight, toes curl back on that front kick. All right, senior blue belts, right? You're going to work on down block, front kick, come back to back stance, forearm block. The beginning part of take a yukjang or yukjang. Take a yukjang, okay? All right, Mr. Swojes, you're going to work on the beginning part of take a samjang. Down block, front kick, punch, punch, front stance. I want a good front kick from you. Okay, let's go. All right, we're almost done. 5 minutes. I want some good front kicks. Those stances don't look very good, Miss Maya. Remember, tiger stance is 2 foot lengths deep. So the front heel, right? Front heel and the front heel and the back big toe should be on the virtually the same line. All right. And practice it both ways. Don't just practice it to the side. Look at the camera. Do it facing the camera as well, right? Remember, you guys have to pivot. From the tiger stance, you have to pivot to the 90-degree on that front kick. Once again, don't do those funny things with your head, right? Don't do this kind of stuff. Don't stick your tongue out, all right? You want your face to be natural, okay? Want your face to be naturally ugly, so keep it ugly, all right? Just like that, Miss Angelina. Keep it ugly. Good job. Keep going. Get off the chat and practice. Oh my goodness. I'm going to shut off this chat function for you guys. You guys spend too much time on it. I want you to pivot on your front kick though, right? All right, I want you to turn halfway. Boom. And then come back. Okay? It gets tricky, but I want you to try. All right. There you go. And then repivot back when you land. All right, couple minutes left. All right, give me a few more good ones. Good front kicks. Come on, Mr. Swojis. Get that front kick higher, sir. So the higher we can get our knee, right, the higher that front kick's going to go. Okay, but you got to get that knee up high for me. It's very good, Miss Angelina. Very good. Okay, not too bad, Bowden's. Getting better. Good. All right, you guys. All right, that's good for tonight. All right, keep working on those double side kick movements or regular side kick movements. Right? Remember, we talked about we want to make sure extend and retract back to the chamber position. Okay? So we want to make sure it returns back to where it was when you lifted. That's the first thing, right, on those side kicks. And then with the front kick, right, we want to make sure heel is up, right? Tippy toe position. And then we retract the same way. Okay? Your hip flexors should be tired. Right? It might be hard to walk a little bit tomorrow. If you guys did it correctly, that's good. Right? We're getting them stronger. Right? But you got to keep working at it. All right? So once again, keep practicing. You got time during the week. I know most of you guys are going to be out of school here. Sometime this week or into next week, you guys will be out of school. So you're going to have plenty of time to practice. All right? So, all right, that's good for tonight. If anyone has any questions, unmute yourself and then talk. Otherwise, we are done. You guys are dismissed. Okay, good job.
You were going to turn off the chat like last time.
Huh?
You said you were going to turn off the chat last time.
Yeah, I'm getting around to it. Don't worry. Don't talk back to me. You're gonna. All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
They can't see you.
Bye.
You got to get in the front of the camera. See? Right there. Jeez, guys. All right, good night, everyone. Good job. Bowden's, I'm going to text Mom, okay, about your thing, okay? So I will text her tonight.